All right, here's some more breaking news coming in. A split verdict on the Marital rape by Delhi High Court. Beg your pardon, the marital rape case that's now been referred to a higher bench. Remember, we're looking at the court that was hearing marital rape on several pleas that wanted to almost punish marital rape, while the Delhi court has begun hearing this matter. We hear that the court has referred this to a higher bench. The marital rape issue to be heard by the Supreme Court. In fact, a split verdict on marital rape by Delhi High Court. Anisha Mathur joining us for more on that. Anisha, this was a much awaited verdict that was due to come out, but it appears that the Delhi court has now tossed it to the Supreme Court, saying that a higher court or a higher bench will now hear this case and will decide on a verdict on marital rape.
Well, yes, Nabila, the Delhi High Court has given a split verdict and has granted leave to appeal before the Supreme Court. They have said that since it is a substantial question of law and two other high courts have delivered their opinion on this issue, therefore it will go to the Supreme Court. Now it will need to be decided by the Supreme Court now. Now, the more important point is also that the split verdict has been given on this question of whether the exception to the marital rape granted under Section 375 was constitutionally valid or not, while Justice Shakdher has said that this kind of an exception violates a right to equality, freedom of speech and right to dignity and right to life. Justice Hari Shankar, on the other hand, has dissented. He has said that according to me, the criteria of marriage as an exception is an intelligible criteria, is a valid criteria, and therefore there is no reason to strike down this particular law. But the bench has accepted the fact that since this is a substantial question of law, the leave to appeal has been granted. This matter will now have to come to the Supreme Court of India. But at the moment, marital rape has not been accepted as a crime as far as the Delhi High Court is concerned. With the split verdict, this debate will now continue as it comes now to the Supreme Court. Back to you.
You know, but this is such a issue that's been on for a while now on, on intercourse without consent. This is exactly what the petitioners have said, that if this is without consent, then it must be treated as rape. Give us an understanding what exactly the petitioners have quoted while they've appealed before court to criminalize and punish marital rape.
Well, see, the petitioners had pointed out a very basic fact that when you say that any action done without the consent of the woman or by forcing the woman or threatening the woman will be rape, then why is it that that you have carved out an exception for if a husband forces his wife or coerces his wife or threatens his wife into participating in a sexual act? The petitioners had also pointed out that this is a violation of the basic right to life and dignity. The petitioners had argued that this is a irrational criteria, that a woman, as soon as she is married, loses the right to say no, while 5 minutes before her marriage and 5 minutes after she separates from her husband, she regains that right to say no. So therefore they had said that this is an irrational criteria, that the right to say no and the right of dignity and the right of choice must be there even for a married woman. The petitioners had also argued that this kind of exception is also allowing women to be exploited, allowing women to face abuse without the perpetrator of that abuse facing any consequences simply because he is married to that particular woman. But here the High Court, in its verdict, has noted that this is a very, very important and a very, very contentious legal issue.
Right.
Remember, because from the centre's point of view, the central government had declined to take a stand. They had said that this is a very contentious issue. This will have a huge impact on society. Therefore, there needs to be a larger consultation, and that is why the centre had refused to take a stand on this issue.
Right.
So now we'll have to see what happens next.
Yeah, of course, all eyes on this now. Will marital rape be criminalized? We're looking at the Delhi court who's tossed it to the Supreme Court, considering that they claim this is a substantial question of law. It needs in-depth analysis. On that